I think the problem is more women are waking up to you have to do more than just being able to pay bills.
Yeah, and we do, and men, we have to learn that. We
Yeah.
do because
I agree.
I'm telling myself, I used to think that, as long as I pay the bills, and you ain't got to worry about nothing, oh, I'm the man.
And we are indoctrinated with that.
Yeah.
As long as he pays the bills
Yep.
and he comes home,
Yep.
then I just got to deal with
Yep.
all the other things.
Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. I'm Mike, your host, and today we are with Anthony O'Neill, sitting at the table with AO. And what is the topic? Unbelievable. This is what, wait a minute. No, what we're talking about is unbelievable. This is what women really want. Money, power, and respect is the title of the episode. What we're specifically talking about is why are we intimidated by successful women? Now, again, one of the YouTube talking points is men not intimidated by women. We just blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, let's have an interesting conversation.
Because you were speaking truth. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You were speaking truth, and I believe that I just need to do a show on for men, on why do we feel the way that we feel? Why are we intimidated by successful ladies? Why do we get triggered when we hear ladies say, hey, listen, I mean, I'm going to submit to the vision, and my man is going to be able to come in and help me win as well. I don't understand why we are intimidated by that. I really don't.
Well, I can answer that. It's very simple. When you raise men to believe that the only way they can that their main role is to be a provider, right? There's so much emphasis on the provider being the breadwinner when those two things are actually different. But if that's all you teach the man to do is just go and make a bunch of money, and then he meets a woman who actually makes more than him, well, he then starts questioning, okay, well, what am I here for? So I don't know if it's actually intimidation or if it's just like a maladjustment. It's like you don't know what to do with the situation because you're raised to believe that women go after the guy with the most money. I think that one of the ways you're going to have to start overcoming this is that we got to do a better job of raising our kids. I know I say that almost every episode, don't I? But it's actually true. There are more things that a man is valuable for than just his wallet. Now, where's the intimidation come from? Well, if this guy has been trained to lead with his wallet, and again, there's the intimidation factor because, well, she already has that. So I guess, you know what, that is intimidation because you don't know what to do at that point. But I think we got to do a better job of, we're raising our daughters to understand that men are not just wallets. They provide more benefits than just money.
Because even growing up, my biological mom she's the breadwinner. And she's always been the breadwinner, and my dad wasn't intimidated by that, and I'm like, but why are we intimidated by a successful woman?
But I think that
Again, when guys, this is why I tell you always lead with the dime, self-discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. Because when you outrank your woman in 4 of those categories, she's still allowed to be hypergamous because she still looks up to you. She still respects you. I think that's the biggest factor there. It may also it may also be the reasoning behind why men who have a hard time being in a relationship with a woman who makes more. It's just because we don't know how to adapt. We've never led with anything else but our wallets. So at that point, it's like, well, she got the one thing. She just took all my bullets away. I've just left it with an empty handgun, which I can't do anything with. So that I kind of get that. Again, the caveat is that we do a better job of raising our sons and daughters. We teach our sons that there is value. You are more than just your wallet, and we teach our daughters to look for other things besides the amount of money he makes, because income is not the end all. It's not even the end all when we talk about how healthy his finances are. Net worth is. So, yeah, but that's a whole nother conversation. But let's keep going.
when you reduce provision down to financial resources, that's where everything falls apart.
Exactly.
Because a man can provide for his family and for his woman beyond just finances.
Yeah.
There's a safety
Yeah.
that should come with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a nurturing that still will come from men. There's protection. There's like all these other things
Yeah.
that a man can bring and should bring outside of just financial resources.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men are getting frustrated because women, we are waking up and realizing that because you can pay the bills, that is not enough.
Ooh.
I need to feel safe with you.
Yeah.
I need to feel stable with you.
Yeah.
Like, I need to feel like, just nurtured and taken care of by you spiritually, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
And for so long, because someone could do that financially, they felt like they could neglect every other part of.
Okay, so I'm a little bit in a disagreement with not with what she said, but who she's saying it for. I don't think most women have come to that conclusion. I think most women are still are still looking at the fact, well, he just doesn't make enough money, as if when you meet a man who does, and then you figure out, well, no, this is not working. Why is this not working? This is too hard. Again, a prime example of we need more married people making content, because again, with different versions of marriage out there, or different ways of how people are making their marriage work. Now we can start to, we can treat it like a buffet. Take what you want to make your marriage work and leave the rest. But more specifically to what she's talking about is the fact that in our community, the single mother rate is so high that a lot of these problems are classified under generational curse, because it's women teaching women about men instead of the fathers being there to uphold that example. No, we got to do better.
Who we are. We are moving away in this generation from solely being self-aware. So solely being people who only can look at things and intellectualize everything. So, well, he makes this paycheck and we live here and we have this car. We are full beings. We have a whole soul and spirit that needs to be nurtured. And if someone is not willing to also do the work to take care of that, I think the problem is more women are waking up to, you have to do more than just being able to pay bills.
Yeah. And we do. And men, we have to learn that.
Yeah.
We do. Because
I agree.
I'm telling myself. I used to think that. As long as I pay the bills and you ain't got to worry about nothing, I'm the man.
And we are indoctrinated with that.
Yeah.
As long as he pays the bills and he comes home, then I just got to deal with all the other things. And then we have these
That's unhealthy.
awakenings, and we are aware of what it should actually be. And we're just not settling for that anymore. And that is unsettling.
Okay. So, and like I said, I actually disagree. I think most women are actually looking for that. And they have, the reason why they're still looking for it is because they'll find out that they think the solution is, well, he just needs to make more money so I can be more comfortable. They'll blame the reason why the relationship didn't work usually on external factors. Well, I just don't like my job and it's just bringing me down. Not realizing that what's really going on is that you're not, the way you're feeling about your job is really, the root problem is really somewhere else. It's just that you didn't really like that job to begin with. So it's the first thing on your list that you want to cut out. So I just need to find me a man who makes even more money so I can stay at home and just, do whatever and be this lady of leisure, or, what most people, a lady of leisure is the correct description. But most people say stay-at-home wife. I just want to stay at home, not realizing that being a stay-at-home wife is just as taxing as working at a job. It is. All right. But I think, well, what's the solution here? Number one, we need more married people making content. We discussed that already. Number two, we need to do a better job of raising our kids. And number three is that the vetting process is also part of this issue. It's because very rarely is a man going to approve someone for his daughter just because he makes a lot of money. there's a scene in the movie Coming to America where they're at the McDowell's house, and the king is there, and he's talking about buying the daughter Lisa off, and the dad steps in and is like, "You don't have enough money to buy my daughter off," because he doesn't care, because his daughter is more important. Getting his daughter with a good man is more important than a check that guy can write. So as men, one of the things, we want you to have a full time. You need to be making enough money to be. You need to make enough money to secure a family, right? Preferably, what most men are looking for is, can you be the breadwinner if something happens to my daughter? Can you take care of her? I think as we go forward, we're going to find that, or are you? I think it's really just more about, is the guy stable? But most importantly is, what kind of character does he have? Because we enter into the high value conversation at this point. I'm surprised that it didn't come up, or maybe it does in another section. But yeah, as long as he makes enough money, then I should be good, right? It doesn't matter that he cheats on me all the time. I'm sorry, what? See, ultimately, women have a major problem with that. I think that as the older they get, though, they're willing to compromise on certain things. And there are a group of women out there who will compromise on infidelity if he makes enough money. What type of women are those? Usually not the kind you want to marry, because they're only with you for your money. And that gets old very fast, and you end up in, well, we're gonna leave it there. But this is definitely a high level conversation, because again, we talked about why men would be intimidated by a woman who's a high earner, or who makes more, if not significantly more than them. Well, this is it. Yeah, guys, it is on us. If all you're taught to do is lead with your wallet, well, clearly that woman doesn't need your wallet. So you're left in a space of, well, how do I make this work? Most guys say they can't. So it's just, and this is assuming that the woman has she's feminine around you. She may be masculine at work, but she knows how to turn it off when she's around you, right? Because we're going to just avoid the surface level thing of, well, no, she's too masculine. Let's move past that. Again, the whole point of these conversations is, while these are gender war topic points, ultimately the gender war is still dumb. And we need high-level conversations so we can start breaking these topics down until we can move forward, right? But guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace.